Attorney General Pam Bondi says she'll absolutely target businesses that refuse to print Charlie Kirk memorial posters. But Mike, the Supreme Court has already ruled in Masterpiece Cakeshop and again in 303 Creative that government can't force businesses to create expressive content they disagree with. So is Bondi threatening action that the Constitution won't even allow, or did she let it slip that they have plans that are unconstitutional?
Oh, I think they have plans that are unconstitutional. I
There
think
you
that
go.
no, I mean, no, look, I'm going to take a hard line here against this because they are way off base. If Starbucks, who is a private company, well, I mean, it's a public company, but is not government, decides that they want to put Charlie Kirk's face on all Starbucks cups, which obviously they're never going to do. But if they did, that's their choice, and they're going to lose 50% or more of their customer base. I mean, it would be a move that would be astronomically stupid. But hey, they're entitled to that. Pam Bondi is not entitled at all as a government agent, as a minion of Donald Trump. Let's just cut to the chase because that order came right down from Donald Trump. As much as I'm not a conspiracy theorist, or less so than Phil, a lot of this shit comes out of Trump's mind. Let me tell you, this shit comes from the top.
They don't speak freely.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
More so than in any other presidential cabinet.
Right.
I think his fall in line with him more than any.
Oh, it's like little minions. It's just like little minions walking around. So there's no part of that do I think is a good idea. No part of that at all. The government needs to stay the hell. I was actually shocked when I saw that Pete Hegseth was getting involved with a potentially, I don't know, firing is probably not the right terminology, but there were people in the military that said stuff. Now, there's a difference between working at Starbucks and being in the military.
Absolutely. You sign away your rights. Yeah, the day you join, you sign away your rights. So that ain't
absolutely
right.
But the government needs to stay out of the dialogue of whether a soldier is, pro Charlie Kirk or anti Charlie Kirk. That, you know what I mean? That's a problem. I mean, I guess they could discipline somebody from a standpoint of if they're causing strife or something else, but on their own, I don't know how I feel about, look, if somebody puts something on their Facebook page.
My thing, Mike, is I always like to look at the question or the problem or the issue that people are talking about and not start there. I like to go back.
Mm-hmm.
And she is the Attorney General.
Right.
Attorney General.
Yeah.
Okay.
The highest point of law.
And she's in the cabinet of the United States, representing the president as the Attorney General.
Which, by the way, who's supposed to represent all citizens.
Mm-hmm. But more importantly than that, she's supposed to represent the Constitution.
Right.
She's supposed to represent the Constitution over the people.
Mm-hmm.
So where I'm getting to is I feel like anybody that works in the legal spectrum of government, once they have overtly said something that is a basic constitutional thing, and they're saying that I'm going to do something in my position opposite of that, that should be immediate. That person should be immediately fired. That should be like the worst offense that you could do as somebody as Attorney General is to on a mic say, I'm going to do something against the Constitution. It should just be automatic. Because this isn't something like you could be like, well, is it or is it not? Maybe she didn't know. This is basic Constitution here.
Well, I don't know whether she's qualified for the job in the first place. However,
I'm headed to that too. That's where I was headed.
I mean, that would prove that she's not. But she above anybody else should know that. Look, there's no separation. What you saw in Trump's first term and his second term is completely different. There's no separate. Remember how many people he fired or quit on him or talked about him or all this stuff? He's now managed to put only little minions in there, and none of them are questioning anything, regardless of what their actual job is supposed to be. And her job as the Attorney General is supposed to be, like you said, protect the Constitution of the United States above and first and foremost above all else. And that is in no way doing that. No way doing that at all. So that's some scary shit.
That's what I'm saying. That literally makes me feel like I don't have protection, because when you have to enter the legal system and fight it, when things don't go your way and you feel like you're in the right, you always have the hope, I can go to the higher court, I can go to the higher office and get this corrected. But the highest person is literally saying, I'm going to do something against the Constitution.
Well, even worse, I'm not so sure the Supreme Court is necessarily protecting the Constitution at this point either. A lot of things are right. I mean, he's got some control over that. Look, we're in a situation right now. I'll give you two contrasting things. Jimmy Kimmel, who gets let go, said, if you listen to the tape of what he said about Charlie Kirk, to me it was nothing. It was nothing. He really didn't say anything that was like that striking. Meanwhile, Brian Kilmeade on Fox News basically came out on air, said that he thought, it's made a comment like all homeless people should be killed. Nothing happened to him. So that right there goes to show you who's in power and who's going to get let go right now. And that's a problem, because that is not representing 100% of the people in the United States. It's only representing those that agree with MAGA Nation.